It's the beginning of the week, it's Monday, and that means it's time for Tag Back, the show where every week I take a look at another old blaster from the past to see what it could offer us today in the present. A lot of you are giggling with glee right now, and a lot of more of you are cringing at the sight of the Nerf N-Strike Deploy CS-6. The CS standing for clip system, the 6 standing for the 6-dart clip it came with, and the Deploy standing for pure crap. Which is not too fair, because Deploy does look really cool. It's kind of hard to hate it for that. I mean, it's a tactical flashlight. You put 3 AAAs in there, you flip that switch on, and you shine a red LED that does absolutely frick all to anyone. You can barely see it, especially during the day. Not that you couldn't fix that with mods, but still, it was really depressing. I can't believe I hunted for... I hunted for 3 AAAs and it was still disappointing. Whatever. But it's also a dart blaster, and it's one of the cooler dart blasters because right here's a button. Buttons are cool, but a button that makes your blaster do this? So much better. Welcome to the Deploy. Hides its name until you deploy it out, and it is really, really cool looking now. It's got a nice little, like, peephole sight right there. It's got a side-mounted magazine well. It's got a pump-action thing. And it's overall pretty spiffy. Got a stock back here that has got a sling point on it. A handle up here with a tack rail on it. It's pretty darn cool, but none of that matters for, let's, take that out. Put that in there. And fire. Surprise, Tech 3! Yeah, it's honestly pretty terrible. No range whatsoever. This was disappointing even when it was new. And it also came out the same year as the Long Strike, which was another massively disappointing blaster at the time. So sad. So very, very, very sad. But these were the ages when a Night Finder would outrange everything several times over, so it's kind of hard to hate it that much. If you press this button on the side, it will fold in the handle and the buttstock. It will all fold back together and be cool. It's got a barrel mounting point up here, and none of that's going to save it from mediocrity, or even below mediocrity. It's not even mediocre, it's just bad. It's virtually unmoddable, too, if you haven't figured that out, because of all this spring-loaded, swiveling nonsense. I say virtually because one madman, Psych, has managed to convert one of these into elite status. Just barely. While that's cool and all, it's not a mod everybody can do. And that's a shame, because it is a cool-looking blaster. You can't fault it on that. It is pretty cool-looking. Obviously meant to copy the FMG at the time. And while that may have been really cool, this was really, really not. And I'm sure it was frickin' expensive at the time. Just insanely expensive. And, yeah, I'm assuming it, probably sold pretty well and was massively disappointing to pretty much everyone. I guess it's a good kid's toy. I mean, I would give this to my nieces and they would have fun and wouldn't shoot each other's eyes out, but seriously, Nerf, why? Why? Is there a way to make this thing any better? It's got a pump. Air power? Maybe? Air-powered deploy? I might have to toy with that because I really want to make this thing somewhat usable. It is super, super duper fun. It did come in a variety of flavors. It came in, of course, the yellow N-Strike flavor. It also came in a translucent clear plastic, just normal white translucent clear. Came in the Sonic series, so it was green clear plastic. And then, of course, the ever-sexy Whiteout series, which is about as sexy as the Deploy will probably ever look. It's got some nice detailing with, like, this right here and the screw holes, and honestly, like, cosmetic-wise, it's a very well-designed blaster, but that's about all it gets. Looks pretty goofy if you have an 18-round magazine in it, by the way. It's pretty crazy. I don't have high hopes for the Deploy, but now that I'm thinking of, like, an air-powered one, that might be really good. I just don't really want to take this thing apart because you can see just how many screw holes are in this thing. Plus everything's spring-loaded and swivels. Let me know what you think about the deploy in the comment boxes below. Do you own one? Do you now want one? Do you know of any really cool mods for it besides S6? I'd really like to see those, and go ahead and request what other blasters you want to see in Tag Back, because this was one that was heavily viewer requested, and I just happened to have one. Go ahead and leave a like or a dislike if you disagree with my opinion, and hopefully I will see you in another video. Air-powered deploy.